Welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Serpent, and if you do enjoy the videos, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. It is back again, Fantom. We gotta talk about this ecosystem because based on some of the analytics and some of the stats that I've been looking at from a charts point of view, it looks really ready to go to break out into its next phase, go towards $3 and beyond. Now, when we talk about a system, when we talk about a blockchain, right? Because this isn't a token, right? This is a blockchain. This is a coin. This is like an overview of the Fantom ecosystem. And then I'll show you another graph which shows it even just how big this is, right? But I mean, a Twitter community of over 176,000 followers, a Telegram of over 22,000, a Discord of 27,000, and a Reddit of over 15,000, just to name a bit. You know, it is monstrous what this is. Monstrous. Right? It's a high-performance, scalable, and secure smart contract platform. It is designed to overcome the limitations of previous generation blockchains, and Fantom is permissionless, decentralized, and open source. The ecosystem, you know, from Gist Finance to Spooky Swap to Beefy Finance to Spirit Swap to Scream, Curve, Tarot. I mean, it just goes on and on and on and on. You know, from the FTM scan, to the multi-chain Fantom bridge, to the Fantom projects, to the Fantom wallet, store and stake your FTM. There is just so much to talk about Fantom. You could literally sit here for hours and listen to the Serpent and we wouldn't be done with it, right? The growing community on Twitter. Make sure to hit the follow and hit the alarm bell. Get on, you know, like really be up to date with what's going on, how it works, why, all of it. It is really important. I cannot stress it enough. Now, Fantom GameFi incentives and how to apply. So Fantom GameFi incentives, we believe that GameFi, though it's still in the early stage of explosion development, will be the future entertaining and gaming to help promising developers leverage Fantom's fast, secure, and low transaction fee network. They've extended the 370 mil FTM rewards program projects to get more projects on board, right? This is how committed they are to having as many people build on this platform. So they've extended it out, and you know, they've put an article out a couple of days ago to talk about that as well. So very exciting. Now, when we start to talk about the ecosystem in more depth, right? So when we talk from an NFT and meme gaming perspective, right? Look how many there are. Look at the wallets. Look at the infrastructure, the oracles, the launch pads, the stable coins, the bridge, right? Like, look at this. Like, this just goes on and on and on and on and on. Then we look at the DeFi space, and you get overwhelmed. Where do you start? Where do you finish? You could be here for days, hours, weeks. Absolutely, right? This is a monstrous ecosystem that is only growing and growing and growing and growing. That's why a lot of people are putting some crazy price predictions on where Fantom can go by the end of the year. Now, we will, of course, talk about that today. You know, what's realistic? If it goes crazy, how crazy can it go? I mean, we've got people talking about it going to $30. Is it possible? I'll give you my perspective today on that. Now, the Fantom ecosystem and Grim Finance. So what better way than Halloween season to focus on a spotlight of the project called Grims. Grims is a quickly growing Fantom-based smart yield optimizer backed by a professional and active team. So again, they're just, you know, on their blog section, you know, they're highlighting some of the best projects that they've got on there, how it works, you know, why you would want to look into Grim, and all of that. But my encouragement to you is to not get overwhelmed, right? So it's great to see ecosystems like this. It's great to see, you know, things like that. But, you know, do start with the website, read the white paper, you know, do that stuff first, right? You don't need to go and research every single project that's on the blockchain. But the blockchain is growing at such a rapid rate. It's really fantastic to see. Now, the Arteon is a feature-rich NTF platform. So built on the Fantom blockchain, Arteon offers transaction speeds of approximately 1 second and low transaction fees and fixed 1 FTM minting cost. I mean, we're talking about $2, right, to mint. $2. And on the docs.fantom.foundation, you can learn all about it, how it works, and all of that. So they make it really, really simple to, unpack and, step by step to understand how it works, how you connect your wallet, how you do all of that, right? So it is very, very exciting. And, like I said, step by step, you can actually go through here and learn more about that one. Now, not to forget that there is the global conference happening on the 25th and 29th. Now, from a 25th, 29th perspective, global conference, I think, leading up to it, there's going to be a lot of talk. Now, there are rumors circulating of a Coinbase listing, and I will keep you up to date with that as soon as I find out. At the moment, it is just a rumor, but there is a strong possibility of a Coinbase listing before the conference, and that could drive the price very, very, very high. But we'll unpack that in a little bit in a little while. But from a bull flag perspective point of view, it is showing that the next move is coming, and we could be on road to go towards $3.20. Very, very exciting times from a blockchain perspective, from a development perspective, from a transaction perspective, from just the amount of volume that is coming through this platform. Certainly not out of the question, to jump now into its next phase. It's been sitting around this one for a little bit, and now it's moving towards the next step, which is that step towards 320. Now, I will take a few moments just to talk about one of the channel sponsors, and that is the GSX token, right? The gold currency token. Now, gsxfintech.com is where you can go to learn more about it and why you would want to have this token, right? So there's some key benefits and some key things around why you'd want to have it. There is a white paper with only 6 pages for you to understand what the GSX token is, the tokenomics of it, how it works, and more importantly, why this token is looking like something that you could hold for a long term and have sustainable growth with it, right? So it's a 12 to 24 months thing. It's not a get in, get out quickly, but it is good and it is very, very, very stable. Now, from a mass adoption use cases point of view, right? So the GSX platform, the Knox wire, the GSX currency, there is a cool chart as well that you can look into about the comparison between all the things in it, and also why the GSX token has some key features which are different compared to other currencies out there in the market at the moment. And they do have the world's largest competition happening right now there, where you can win some really, really amazing prizes, right? So there's the supercars, there's money to be won, there is so much, right? So you got a Lamborghini and $1 million in gold and GSX to come out of it. When you do go on the gsxfintech.com website, you can click on more, and you can actually click on the Crypto Serpent, and my name is on there. And if you happen to win any of those prizes, please let me know. Reach out to me, message me. I would love to know, right? But GSX is not about the competition. To get one ticket in the competition, you only need $50 of it. But to actually utilize the token well and actually get the most out of it, please make sure to always read, understand what it is that you're getting, because from a stability point of view over the next 12, 24 months, it's a really, really, really good one. Let's jump into it, Tony. Let's have a look at some indicators for Fantom. Now, as we begin to look at the charts, and we're looking in particular here at the moment from a daily perspective, we can see that the MACD for Fantom is sitting on a bullish, very, very close though to a bearish line. From an RSI point of view, the RSI is sitting, almost in the overbought, but not quite there. But when we look at the moving averages, it is way above all the moving averages, right? So the 50, the 100, the 200, Bollinger Band towards the end of the Bollinger Band on the top. And when we look from an hourly perspective, we can see that the hourly has just turned bullish. And in particular, what we want to focus on is the moving average 50, and how on the hourly, the moving average of 50, every time it's touched it, it's gone above. And it's had 1, 2, 3, 4 touches, and at the 4th touch, it's now gone up. And so it does look ready to move now towards that $3 mark. Now, from a 4-hour perspective, like I said, bullish as well. On the 12-hour, it's looking really good. Again, above moving averages, right towards the end of the Bollinger Band. Of course, this does depend on a number of things as well, like, how Bitcoin's going to behave over the next 12 to 24 hours. It's hovering at 61.8, 62, but it depends, right? So let's see where we go. But from a technical perspective, Fantom looks ready, really, really ready to go to make some serious moves now and go towards that 320. But let's have a look at some drawings. So we begin with this one, right? So once we go above 220, consolidate above 220, and consolidate well above the 220 perspective, right? So we want to have a couple of, resistance touched on that 220 perspective, and then we start to go up. But the next stop will be 320. So that's the kind of momentum shift that I think we will be having. And again, it's not financial advisor, I'm not a financial advisor, but the bullish signal has arrived, and this is what we're looking for, right? So it's early days, but it does look like it's broken. And once it breaks out properly, it will, begin to move towards that. So the other aspect could be that, it has broken out, but it could come back in, maybe even touch $2 again, depending if the market has a shift down. But once it breaks it again, it consolidates above that 220, it will then begin the rally to go towards 320. As we look forward even further, then, from here, I think, we will move towards 320 and then continue to push towards 571, which would be the next stop after that. From a long-term perspective, myself personally, $12 to $16 by the end of the year is sort of where I'm sitting at. I know that there are others that are talking about $30 Phantoms. They're talking some really, really, really big numbers. I prefer to stay more on the conservative side. Of course, I would welcome a $30 Phantom, and we will see how the momentum shift occurs, how much volume Coinbase brings, when and if it does start at the conference, what happens at the conference, what announcements are going to be made. I'm sure it will be big, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of momentum leading up to the conference, but I think the explosion will happen towards November, December is when we start to see double digits for Fantom. But from an ecosystem point of view, from a platform point of view, from a momentum point of view, and the viral aspect of when things start to go viral, it's got all the boxes, right? It's ticking all the boxes. Make sure you do your homework as always to make sure that it is a viable solution for your portfolio and for your own personal strategy. But if you did learn something new today, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. As always, thank you, and look forward to see you on the next one.